You gonna have any fights this week? Oh man, we gotta have some fights.
Music. All right, everybody. Welcome to Friday. We're running a little late because we were just trying to still add a little bit more information to the platform here. Busy Friday, but we're just trying to make sure that we can get everything ready so the Raiders can go and get a victory out there in Baltimore. But thank you for those who are on. Thank you very much. I am the Oakland Raiders Savage, and with me, as always, the man who has the longest streak in cage match history. He is the gym model of the show. He is Asylum. How you doing, Asylum?
I'm doing okay. Before we start anything, I want to put it out there. I don't know if she's watching yet, but a happy birthday to Anna. So yeah, happy birthday.
Wait, is this our Anna?
Our Anna, yeah.
Is this our Anna?
Our Anna, yep. It's her birthday today.
Hey, the other person has been on every single show in the comments since the show's existence for a little over a year now. I actually missed a couple episodes, so I can't even go for that title. It's not in my hands anymore.
I think you're 21 today.
21. Hey. We ain't got a drink though. I don't have a drink on me. Just got water. That's whatever. Try to stay hydrated. There you go. Take one shot for her, for me, and for yourself.
Okay, hold on.
All right. That's two. All righty. Happy birthday, Anna. Thank you very much. Happy birthday, Anna. If she's watching, I know she'll come on eventually, so happy birthday, Anna. Yeah, we have a game coming up this weekend in a few days, and it's going to be a tough one on the road.
I'm not used to that. 2 weeks in a row.
I know. We're back-to-back hardballs. That's how the NFL wants to do us. We're going to send you Jim, and now we're going to send you John. And maybe Jack, the father. I don't know, So I don't know what they're going to think.
He might come out and coach a team right before, who we play next. He might join the Carolina Panthers just so we can have them all three,
Yeah, the whole family. The whole family. But
whole family.
That's what this show is about, the Friday edition, where we talk about the game coming up, going against the Ravens in Baltimore, East Coast time, 10 a.m. for the Pacific time zone. That is 12 for you in Central, and of course 1 o'clock for the East Coast people. So with that said, before we go into anything, of course we gotta do our favorite segment, the shameless plug. Here we go.
All right, go to the YouTube channel, The Cage Match Show. Like, subscribe, share, give a thumbs up. And while you're at it, hit that bell so you can know when we get notifications every time we drop a new video or short. If we're getting shut down for whatever that reason is because the NFL is spying on us, then you can catch us on Facebook at Oakland Raiders Savage.
Yep.
Or on the Asylum Facebook page.
Er.
After all that's done, why don't you go ahead and go to WGG and jump on there, get yourself some energy, and when you're ready to check out in the discount code, put Cage Match, one word, to get 10% off your whole order.
And remember, we better get one this weekend. When you think of wins, you think of dubs. When you think of dubs, think of Dubby. WGG, go to the discount code after you put your order in and put in Cage Match, one word, Cage Match, CAGEMATCH. And if you want that energy, I know I can went all over the place. Make sure you get that injury. Hey, knock on wood.
Energy.
And make sure you get that energy. I'm a little off today. Make sure you get the
injuries.
Make sure you get that energy, like Max Crosby, because we're gonna need that. Going against somebody like Lamar Jackson, who could run all over you. He was a leading rusher this weekend, but we're gonna go into that. And also remember, go to www.rn4lifer.com. The compa of Fabian, who helped with a lot of some of our merch that we very limited on merch. We're starting right now. So with all the merch that we have, he helped with 75% of that. The lanyards and the koozies. But like I always say, well, go to his website, check out his catalog, and like I always say, I only wear hats, which I do right now, from the man himself, Fabian himself. Go to www.rn4lifer.com. If you want to remember that, it is RaiderNationForLifer.com. Check his catalog out. You're going to love it. I want to get some more stuff off of that too soon. And also remember, shouts out to RaiderMan19. He has his own website, RaiderMan19.com. The Raiderman from Richmond podcast should be coming up soon. He is a big part of the show, and you always hear his voice or see him doing the Raider Oath at the end of our intro video. Go on his website because he also has his own merch, the Oath merch. Go there, and remember, somehow, some way, we want to get him to the torch to do that Raider Oath, like I said, you hear at the end of the video, to have him do that in front of 65,000 people, in front of that torch, lighting that torch, bringing that Oakland mystique to the Las Vegas Raider way, merging the two powers, the mega powers, oh yeah. We want to do that somehow, some way to get him out there, get the crowd riled up, so the Raiders can take care of business when they go on the field on a home game. So that is our shameless plug right then and there. All right, Asylum. Now, the Ravens.
The
Ravens are going to be a tough matchup, more so because the Raiders got to go on the East Coast, and their record on the East Coast is not that great in the last couple of years. I think they're like 1-5 in the last couple of years, or something like that. I know it's like
it's been even longer than that. We struggle when we travel to that side. I don't want to say in general, to that side. We don't have a good record when it comes to the East Coast.
And coming off a 22-10 loss to the Chargers at SoFi, I believe SoFi is bad luck. We're gonna have to try something and do something, try to get some bad juju out of our.
You might be working on a way to get bad juju out of off the Raiders.
Teaser. So we're trying to get some bad juju, at least out of the second home for the LA Raider fans who are out there, who just about blacked out the field over there. So coming off a 22-10 loss to the Chargers to Jim Harbaugh, we got to go across country to face John Harbaugh. This is going to be a difficult task, of course, because Lamar Jackson is their main key to their whole offense because of his legs. And where is my...
You're what?
Well, there's the comparison, but we got a quarterback with legs too. But if you compare the two stats, Lamar,
you're looking at a Ferrari versus right now it looks like a goddamn Mack truck. When you talk about having legs,
wait. I was like, which one's the Ferrari? Because Gardner Minshew looked more like a Volvo No, he looked more like a.
He was like a truck that was stuck in place trying to get through the fucking gears to get up to speed. He
It's
didn't
like
even
it's like
he was third trying to get to the fourth, and it just wasn't there.
it was like he was a stick shift vehicle with an automatic driver trying to control it. Wait, whiplash. If you check out the numbers, if you check out the numbers itself, Minshew has a better not quarterback rating, but a better rating. I guess it's all the averages all put together of 95.1 to 90.8.
But that's only because of the damn checkdowns. The only reason Minshew, the 75 completion percentage all came down from those checkdowns. I mean, that's the only reason in week one only reason why Minshew's higher in those numbers.
Yeah, but the difference in this on this graphic is the rushing attempts. Well, the rushing in general, as Minshew ran 3 times for 5 yards. Lamar Jackson was the leading rusher for his team, 16 attempts for 122 yards. That's running back numbers.
He usually is the leading rusher on the team.
Well, yeah. And that was basically the difference when it came to the two quarterbacks. Of course, also Lamar Jackson had 1 fumble, but the Raiders had
on here. Minshew had the 1 interception and then the fumble too.
Yeah, so we do have a running quarterback, but we just got to get him into the right gear and going forward. But if
it starts in first, not third.
Yeah. So anything. Well, let's just kind of do a little. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Let's just kind of do a little background on the Ravens. Baltimore Ravens at a glance. The Ravens at 2023 record 13-4. They got all the way to the conference championship to face the Chiefs, and they lost to the Chiefs 17-10. The Ravens this year, of course, they had the loss to the Chiefs. Of course, 27-20. Say it again.
They like losing to the Chiefs by a touchdown.
Exactly, a touchdown with a toe didn't touchdown. Oh, John Harbaugh, Baltimore Ravens head coach from 2008 to now. His overall record his regular season record as a coach, 160 to 100. He did win the Super Bowl against his own brother. His record against the Raiders is 5-3. Lamar Jackson, a slimmer Lamar Jackson, who seems to be a little bit more what's it called? More fleet-footed. 6'2", 205 pounds. He was drafted by the Ravens. 2008, won 2 MVPs, 2019, 2023. So he won it last year.
Now, where did we heard about Louisville before?
Wait, was that? No, you know what? That was probably my fault. That's what when I went to go look it up, that's what it.
No.
Louisville, right?
Louisville, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, that's where he was drafted from.
I'm not arguing that, but that ties into somebody we had on the show a while ago, a former Raiders player.
Oh yeah, I was like, wait, what are you talking about? So don't fact check me, okay? ABC News. No, so record.
I get around. I'm trying,
Ramsey. So
we need to bring him on the show. We should have brought him on because he could have probably told us all about Lamar Jackson.
No, he was Kentucky. He was Kentucky State. There was a K. I remember that. But same country, same state. So
trust me, he's in Kentucky. He knows about fucking what was going on in all the colleges.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What he's working on now. Yeah, that is true. Lamar Jackson's record against the Raiders is 1-1. He did play the Raiders in his rookie year, which he won, and then of course the 2021 game, the first regular season game in the Allegiant Stadium with fans. We'll go into that later, and then so that's what that score is: 9-13, 2021. The Raiders had beat Lamar Jackson in the llast meeting a couple years ago, 33-27 in overtime on that Monday night game. So going to the Raiders at in the head-to-head. Huh?
That was week 1. First game of the
Mm-hmm.
season.
Yep. Now we're playing them in the second game in their home, brother to
And then,
brother.
I mean, let's just go off of this. Last time we played them, week 1 at home, everyone expected us to lose that game, and we won it in overtime.
Yes.
So does that mean we go into week 2 the next time in their home and beat them in regular time?
What is up, Raider Twan? He was on our show a couple days ago. Check his page out, Raider Twan at YouTube, and check the episode out. He came on, and that was the first time we had him as a guest, and we're gonna have him again many times this year because he gave great.
There he is, right here. I'm just kidding.
he gave great info talking about the this last game against the Chargers. So shouts out to him. And Space Beast, what is up? It's been a while, Space Beast. Missed you, man. Chupacabra for life. So welcome, guys. All right, head to head history.
We got a Chupacabra on our team.
Exactly. We just got to make sure he don't because he was about to kill somebody in this last game. But there you go. But I gotta change the number.
He doesn't wear number 11 though.
No, it doesn't wear number 11.
We have nicknamed a certain player on the team the Chupacabra, and let's see if anybody's paid attention and could tell us who it is in the chats.
Hey, so anyways, no, not like anyways, like whatever. But the Ravens lead the all-time series 9-4, 9 wins, 4 losses. Of course, we all remember in 2000, we had faced the Ravens in that championship game where Saragusa went and jammed Rich Gannon's shoulder into the ground, which should have been flagged, but they did it. And then Shannon Sharp had that one long touchdown pass where I believe that was Anthony Dorsett, and I think the other safety was came from the Niners. He wore number 49. I'm forgetting his name right now. He played on all. They've made a big deal that he played on every single team in California. I can't remember his name, but shoot, I can't remember. It's 49.
At what point? Because that could be 3 or 4 teams.
Well, he was a Niner. He's known as a Niner, really. Okay, he came to the Raiders
in California. Was that before or after when before the Rams left or after the Rams came back?
No. This was in 2000. The Rams were already out there in St. Louis, so they were just talking. He played for the Browns, Niners, Browns, Chargers, and Raiders. And I'm forgetting his name, probably because I don't want to remember his name. But he was out there too, and they both let Shannon Sharp catch that ball, and he ran down. You remember that game? Raiders lose. I also threw the flag, offensive pass interference in the back of the end zone on Andre Rison, which nullified a touchdown because he had caught that ball. Said he pushed off. Then Shannon Sharp responded back with that long touchdown, and that was basically the game. I think it was like 16-10. No. Like 16-3, I think it was, because Raiders didn't score a touchdown. That counted. They brought it back. All right. We got I don't know what this is, but we got a whole bunch of codes on here. So whoever can read that, as long as you're watching, I don't care. So we went back. These are the scores of all the games that John Harbaugh was coaching, and as you can see, John Harbaugh right there with a 5-3 record. The last game being the Monday night game against, or that was over here, where we won in overtime. So Asylum, where should
we ruled Monday nights?
Yeah. And we got to get back to that so we can have Monday night games because we don't really have like one primetime game and whatever. So
we have a Monday night game.
Yeah, was that the Falcons?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We're guaranteed one Monday night game, one Thursday night game,
Friday night game.
Well, okay, whatever. I can't even be at that game. Fuck the NFL. Fuck you, Roger Goodell.
The The Ravens against. Oh, let's actually do this. Let's do this. Let's look back at the Ravens stats against the Chiefs. The Ravens had more yards, 452 to 353. Their passing, the Chiefs had more. Oh, the Chiefs had more, 28 to 281 to 267. Of course, the Ravens had more rushing, 185 to 72, which is not that good for a Chiefs team.
Wait, you gotta remember, 122 though came from Lamar Jackson himself.
Lamar Jackson himself, the magician back there. First downs, there was a lot, 25 to 21 in favor of the Ravens. Third down efficiency, 714 to 49. Ravens to the Chiefs. And penalties, the Ravens had 7 penalties for 64 yards compared to 6 penalties to 45 yards the Chiefs had. The Ravens had a fumble, but the Chiefs had an interception. Ravens had the ball more for 33 minutes and 43 seconds compared to 26-17 for the Chiefs. So
usually when you win the time of possession, you win the game. Now I know the Ravens didn't win the game, and we won the time of possession, and we didn't win the game. But generally, when you win the time of possession, that's generally a sign that a good sign that you should win the game.
Yeah, and it was a very close game. It was a very close game until the end.
It definitely was a good game.
It was a good game. It ended in a toe.
In a toe? No, it didn't end in a toe.
It ended in a toe.
A toe is the reason why the game ended the way it did.
Oops. Yeah, so if anybody watched that game, you saw that we thought the Ravens were going to win, and I'm just getting a picture right now of the toe for all you toe freaks out there, for all you Dr. Scholes.
For everyone who has a foot fetish, we're about to bring out
the toe.
What you like to see. The toe.
The toe. Wait.
Oh, you already had it up.
I did have it up, but life happens, and
man, you know what? Life needs to stop happening.
Well,
keeps getting in the way of shows.
I'll bring it up. So, anyways, let's talk about. Let's go right here. Defensively. So we saw they gave up 353 yards total offense, total passing. They gave up 281. They stopped the run at 72, but the Chiefs didn't really run a lot because, of course, with Kermit, they do more passing than they do running. So even though Pacheco is a good running back, they stuck to the passing. They did get 3 sacks on. Wait, did I do this right? I did do this right. Yeah. So they did get 3 sacks on him, on Kermit, and they forced 3 fumbles. They got the interception, and they only allowed the Chiefs
3 punts, not fumbles, punts.
I'm sorry, they forced 3 punts, and they got the 1 takeaway interception. Marcus Williams, the safety, was the team leader in 5 tackles. What does that mean? That the Chiefs were getting past that second line of defense?
Or he being a safety, he might have been coming up main reason why they couldn't run.
Yeah, coming up on that box, yeah.
With blitzes and run protection and everything else like that. I mean, safety's going to play everywhere on the field. And they're big on the...
I'm sorry, they're big on the what?
Too bad those 5 tackles couldn't have led to a couple of sacks. Just saying,
Yeah, and I'm getting the toe in here right now. Getting the toe in here right now. And all this, as close to the game, it had to end in dramatic fashion. All because of this right here. Far away, up close. Far away, up close. Far away, touchdown, up close, toe not down. Toe not down.
I mean, if you look at that, the shoe's probably bigger than his foot. It's probably not even a toe. It's just the fact that it's, and as somebody said before, if he would have worn one size smaller, it probably would have been a touchdown. But I got to give him credit, though. I mean, he made it a hell of an effort. I believe he's a rookie, right? And he made sure to get that other foot down. You know, he was trying to make sure his feet were down. Both feet were down. It just happens to be that front foot. He needed to do a toe tap instead of just planting his feet.
Yeah. Let's just say maybe next time he'll likely get both feet in bounds because his name was Likely.
Likely, yeah.
That was the.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I'll give you that one.
That was a joke. Okay.
No, give me some round of applause.
Thank you. All right, so the most dangerous thing about this team is of course Lamar Jackson, but mainly his feet. So let's go and see some highlights. Let's go shift this over here. Hey guys, we're over here. Cage match in the background. All right, here we go. Asylum. See right here, Lamar Jackson. They do a lot of draws where he goes back and he'll just take off running. But that also helps him in the passing game.
They have a lot of plays that scheduled runs for him. They know the minute the ball, I mean, you know, the team knows it is snap, it's a Lamar Jackson run.
It's a Lamar Jackson run.
These are the runs that you got to watch out for, where he drops back and he sees shit so well when nothing's there. I mean, it's not even if nothing's there. He just kind of takes off, sees that hole, and knows that he could turn around and get a first down or like right here, he gets those positive yards and keeps the ball going, and that's what makes him dangerous. You got to be able to contain him.
Yeah. That's the number one thing. The ends, whoever's going to be playing opposite of Max Crosby, because of course Kuntz is out and Tyree Wilson was rolled out. Whether it's Snowden or whoever that guy they signed that we had talked about on Wednesday. His name is very long. That's not
or some shit like that. You talking about the guy who got signed to the practice squad?
Yes, Clavon Chasson.
Yeah, that's it.
The defensive end, whoever's going to be on the other side, has to make sure that they contain him and keep him inside. Of course, they might have to have, most likely, a linebacker or somebody spying on him to at least keep him at bay. Because if you can keep him back, if you can keep him in the pocket, that's he kind of scrambles. He reminds me of my cat when I'm chasing my cat over here, and he goes and runs around in a circle, and he gets stuck by the wall, and he tries to run back around, and he just. So that's what I believe. If you check out his passing right here, you'll see that run game that he has on his legs can open up the passing because it makes the defense commit to every move he does.
Oh yeah, it does. You'll see it. I believe you see it in some of this. Like you were talking about running in circles and everything, running a circle and the defensive line has no idea of where they want to, where he's going to go, where it's going to be. Is he going to take off running? So people kind of got to stay put and see what's going to happen, which allows the receivers then to get open and then turn around and, he's able to make those throws. I mean, he's a true dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, you see right here, if he stays in the pocket, as long as you can contain the outside and push that inside in, you can bottle him up. But that's the key, really, is to make sure them C gaps.
He's a fumble because of the way he holds the ball when he's running.
Yeah. Yes, remember that.
One hand and out, and if you get to him, then you're going to be able to cause fumbles.
Yeah, if you remember on that 2021 game, we caused a couple of fumbles on him because we were able to go in, close in the pocket, and just get a hand on him where he holds that ball kind of loose. That ball can come out easily. So we are able to get that ball on the ground and get some turnovers on him, especially the way our defense has him playing.
And our defense is better now than it was in 2021.
Exactly. So as long as we can contain him on the outside, the C gaps with the ends and any outside defenders that are there, whether it's Diablo on the outside or maybe one of the other safeties, Trayvon Merrick coming up, or Epps coming up on the box. Because I mean, he can throw the ball, but his main threat is not in the air, especially if he has to throw the ball. So it's not a impossible feat unless we stop his feet. Oh, there you go. There you go.
There you go.
And so after this, I mean, like they got big playabilities right here. But we're gonna go into see here's the replay right here. They have big playabilities, you know, where he tries to run out, but they had that containment kind of on that right side. That end was occupied, where he was able to run out and find an open lane, an open view to throw to that receiver for that long touchdown. So they do have big playabilities in the air. But if we go into his passing in those in that last 2 minute wait, there we go. I'm sorry, right here. In that last drive,
The 2 minute
start
drill,
it
yeah.
over. Though actually it's the 40-minute drill. I mean, he has a deep ball right here because he was able to get open and find an open lane to find his receiver. But when he has to throw it, when the field is shortened, and he has to throw it around defenders, this is where his accuracy comes into play.
Well, everyone knows once you hit the red zone and the field shortens, it always benefits the defense, and teams will struggle and go. But Lamar Jackson seems to, like right there, a wide open Zay Flowers should have been the end of the game right there.
Yeah, right here you see he gets open and he throws right behind him. It was a horrible throw. It was a good throw if it was accurate. Yeah, they had good philosophy. It had good velocity, and he just threw it way behind him right there. Way behind him. He was wide open.
The goalpost.
Yeah, and then this one right here, of course, is the play. See, he runs around in the pocket.
All that running around in a circle, though, and those linemen, you can't commit to chasing them. You got to try to anticipate where he's going to be and be in that spot, get him down, and that's what makes him dangerous.
That's what makes him dangerous right there, and that could have been a touchdown if likely his name was likely if he likely got his foot. That one toe in bounds, it was real close. It was a really, really close. That replay went for like a good 10 minutes trying to figure out if he got his toe in there and all the different views that they had on NBC on that Thursday night game. But in the end, it was the foot, the toe on the line that caused the pass to be incomplete, touchdown
that allowed
nullified.
the Chiefs to win that game because it would have been tied. They would have gone into overtime. We don't know.
Well, actually, they were going to go for two. They were going to go for two and just go for it right now.
Oh,
they were going to end the game right now because John Harbaugh was out there 2-2-2-2-2, 2-2-2-2-2, and then of course every score is reviewed upstairs, and they saw that right there was the ruling, the toe on the ground. Right there was the play that ended the game. Right there. So,
like I said, if you would have thought it did toe taps instead, that would have been well inside, and it'd have been a different story. They could have still lost, obviously, if they're going to go for two, but, we'd be talking differently about this team.
Yeah, and I mean, he's a rookie, and that's something that rookies have to learn because in college, only 1 foot in bounds is legal. That's a catch, but in NFL, it's 2 feet in bounds. And if he, gets more action, where he's out there, toe tap on the sideline or in the back of the end zone, he'll get that. He'll basically get that as a.
That's the same problem we had with a certain player on our team last year as a rookie.
Was that Tucker?
Tucker.
So
yeah, it's something they got to learn to be able to, be more aware of where that line is and do what you can. But, again, I'd rather lose a game that way than the way we lost in LA.
Yeah, in LA, and we seen how our offense looked, especially starting with where is my Minshew? Where is my Minshew? Especially with Minshew last week, you can't have these kind of. Well, I mean the passing numbers aren't that bad if you just look at the yards. But like you said, it was a lot of check downs. They did leave a lot of open receivers out there, a lot of big plays on the field that could have happened. We got to make sure we take care of the ball because we did have the three turnovers. That last interception being the end of the game. But Minshew just has to take charge of his offense, be the guard dog.
I'm sorry. I was just saying he just got to do better.
Just has to do better, and of course our run game. This is our stats from this past game against the Chargers. We got to get that pad level down for Zamir White. Got to make sure we take care of the ball too, going up the middle like that, because that's where all the action is, going up the middle, right there. And if you're gonna try to bust in the middle, especially for those 4th and 1 plays that we were trying to go for, especially the one in the beginning of the game where we didn't get it, you got to put that pad level down. You just got to keep running, just keep pounding them legs, get your Tyrone Wheatley on, and just bulldoze through that line. But of course, the offensive line.
Channel your inner Bo Jackson and just fucking level the guy.
just level that Bosworth. Just take him down, knock him down, and keep going. Got to get that pad level down. But of course, the offensive line has to make sure that they play better this year. This week, and that's the defense. And we also got to get our receivers going, get some more plays and action, because their defense, the Ravens' defense, they're good, but they can, which I don't have any highlights for that, but they can get burned on some big play abilities, and with the Minshew running quarterback, they can find ways to make the second level and the safeties come up to bite and have a wide open Tucker or a wide open Devontae.
Well, I was going to say, to open that up, I think you're going to have to go deep to Tucker at least once or twice a game. You got to show him you're not scared to try. And there was plenty of times in the game that Minshew had plenty of time. That could have been a perfect situation, for them to go, whether you get it or not. Maybe you get the PI penalty, but the fact that you're showing that you're willing to go deep and try, that keeps that defense honest, and we weren't able to keep them honest.
Shouts out to KDO. He's the one that does our intro video, or the music to our intro video. Shouts out to KDO. Happy birthday, KDO. Yes, that's my cousin out there. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of people are saying we need to trade for a quarterback, but there is nobody really out there to get. So, what are we going to give up? We got O'Connell, okay? We are Team Ramrod. So, but we're just waiting. Where is it at? Team Ramrod right here. Boom! Team Ramrod. We're just waiting. Nah, I don't want to say we're just waiting. But I mean, the Raiders, they're going to go with Minshew.
Okay, I lost your respect. You had respect until you said that. Now you lost it. That's as bad as that trade you did with me in fantasy football that year.
Shouts out to KDO in the chats. Russell Wilson. Yeah, we're going to also get Brett Favre. Like he always tries to trade. So anyways.
What's really going to happen is everyone keeps talking about trading Devontae Adams to the Jets. What happens if we just trade for Aaron Rodgers instead?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be. It depends on what you give up, because you're only going to Aaron Rodgers, we'll say guaranteed for this year, and see how he feels next year, especially coming off of that Achilles injury. So
I told you they had to win. He played a whole game. The Achilles apparently is fine.
Moral victories count, huh? In this situation. Speaking of injuries, let's check our injury report now. Brock Bowers, he has a foot. He's
had that foot since preseason.
I know. Speaking of foot, come on, guys. No. So, anyways, Brock Bowers, he has the foot injury, but expected to play. Of course, Divine Diablo with the shoulder. These guys are expected to play. Tommy Eichenberger is going back out there. What is up, Anna? We shouted you out earlier. Asylum shouted you out. He said, happy birthday, Anna. So hello, Anna. And I have the boxes ready to send you some stuff. So I will be doing that this week. And you should hopefully have it by the end of next week. So shout out to Anna. Thank you very much for always coming out to the show. We got the same record. Got the same streak as Asylum, being the only two people that has been on this show since its existence. He should have white cleats. Tommy Eichenberg is back practicing, so we might see him suit up going into this game. It'll be his first action in I don't think we even seen him during preseason, huh?
No, he did play, I think, a few snaps. I think he was playing in preseason.
I think that first game against the Vikings?
Yeah.
Yes, Andre James has an elbow, Colton Miller with a knee, but all those guys should be playing. Jackson Powers Johnson is now listed as questionable, so he has a possibility of suiting up and getting out there. Will he be starting?
That's the big thing.
Yeah, will he be starting? That is up in the air. Depends on, maybe how he feels, but they got to get his win back too, because he hasn't been playing really all throughout training camp. He hasn't really had too much action because of his injury and the illness he had last week. But ruled out. Kamarian Richardson, the cornerback, he is out. And of course, we said it earlier, Tyree Wilson is out with the knee. Richardson has a hamstring. Wilson has the knee. And of course, Kuntz is on the IR.
I was going to say, you're missing Kuntz.
Well, I was going to say Kuntz was on the IR, projected at the earliest after the Browns game. So
now, have you heard anything about what another person has put out there about Kuntz out for the season? Another podcast put it out there, said he had inside information saying he was going to be out for the season. Have you heard anything about that?
I have not heard anything about that. Anybody in the chats? If you heard about Kuntz being out for the season officially, like from officials, let us know, because I heard nothing about that. He's just out for the 4 games, and probably will be evaluated when it's time for when he's eligible to come out of IR. But as of now, it's not been ruled as a season-ending injury. So, with that, the Ravens injury report: outside linebacker Adisa Isaac with a hamstring, he's doubtful. Roquan Smith, who had the interception on the Chiefs this last week, he has a shoulder, most likely will play. Kyle Van Noy, the outside linebacker, he has an eye injury, he's questionable. And Nate Wiggins, the cornerback, neck injury, he has been ruled out of this game officially as of Friday. Injury report today. So as of right now, that is your injury report. And
we got too many people on our list.
Too many people for a week 2 matchup. That's not good. So our depth will be tested in this game, especially on defense, with Lamar Jackson and the way he can change a game with just his legs alone.
Hey, even Devontae Adams said he's changed the game. He's the best ball carrier that he's ever seen.
He also said that there was one year where he was trying to learn how to have ball security, and Lamar Jackson, he would watch Lamar Jackson's highlights before a game at his locker, and to see how he holds the ball. But like we said, if you can collapse that pocket on him, he's susceptible. I like that word, susceptible, and I said it right. Susceptible to drop that ball if you just hit him on the wrist. If you just get a good jolt to his arm, he can drop that ball, and that ball could be free. And with this defense, that, like you said, Asylum was better. That is better now than it was in 2021. And we had Ngakoue, whose name's been thrown around to be a possible someone who can come up come back to the team. Nothing official yet, but it's rumors. It's rumors. So he had a lot of action in that game, and you just get your hand on him, and he can drop that ball. So Raiders Unleashed, what is up? How you doing? Good to see you on this Friday. Yeah, I mean Lamar Jackson, he's the key to everything. Into
He's
winning
the key
this
to their
game.
offense, plain and simple. If you can stop him, you can't. You have a good chance of stopping that offense. There was an article I remember just reading it. I think it was yesterday, about Harbaugh saying that Henry will not be carrying the ball 30 times a game. So that means they're trying to save him for later on in the season. So this is a time that you don't have to worry as much on Henry. You stop Henry, you stop Lamar, and I think you stop that offense.
You stop, yeah. That's basically it. If you can stop Lamar, if you can just kind of rile him up like we did with the Chiefs last year, if you could just rile up the quarterback, we can stop this team. A lot of folks have been losing hope on the Raiders because of how they looked on that first game against the Chargers. But
Because
it's
one, and that's what you do in week one. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's what you're not supposed to
do. Don't jump off that ledge, okay? It's going to be okay. The Ravens are 8.5 favorites.
God damn.
Yeah, so they are favorites, of course, but by 8.5. The over-under, though, is 41.5, so they think it's going to be a high-scoring game, or are they just trying to say that the Ravens are going to run all over us and basically rout us in the East Coast? I don't think so, Tim. I think there will be big plays on Lamar's scrambles.
Something to say about all this. He thinks there'll be big plays with Lamar's scrambles, which we were talking about, and that's what you got to keep him from scrambling. But we also have a couple of interceptions and a sack. Now, if we could have those couple of interceptions and not turn the ball over ourselves, that would keep us in the game to the point where we might be able to win.
Yeah, and that's the main key, is just the turnover battle. Because that game against the Chargers last week was close. It was an old school AFC West Raiders versus Chargers type of game, but we gave it the ball too many times in key situations, which gave the ball to the Chargers in short field. They were able to capitalize one fumble, Minshew fumble to a field goal
3 times and scored all 3 times on the short field.
Yeah, so
we got about this earlier. Raiders Unleashed. We actually said that earlier in the show.
Yeah, so we just got to make sure we take care of the ball. And let's look at the comparison one last time. If I can find it. I got all these graphics here.
With comparison.
This one right here. So, right there. I mean, Minshew with the short game. We know what Minshew can throw the ball and make completions in the short game. But we got to have Minshew go downfield. Just take a chance. Take a chance. Let the Ravens know that we're not afraid to go deep, like you said, Asylum. That we're not afraid to go deep. That we're not afraid to test their DBs and their safeties out there. That we are not afraid to go deep, especially with Tucker being the speedster that we have. And then that'll probably, well, not probably, but that would also back up the safeties out of the box to stop the run. We probably have to use the pass to open up the run. But this, even though the Ravens have been deep in the playoffs a couple years and they were right there to go to the Super Bowl last year, they are a beatable team. This Raider team, especially on the defensive side, this Raiders team can control and contain Lamar Jackson. They can do it. They can do it. So
again, we've done it before. We beat Lamar Jackson with a worse defense than we have now. So with Patrick Graham and the way he likes to disguise everything and the defense we have, there is and I'm going to use the word chance, that we could turn around and actually win this game. This game is not a definite loss. There's just a pretty good chance we're going to lose.
And in the words of Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber with the same haircut as Mark Davis, so you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance. All right, let's go into our keys of victory. The cage match, keys to the game. You want to take it away, Asylum, right there?
Oh, you want me to do this? Okay. Well, first of all, we talked about it earlier. Keep Lamar Jackson contained. Keep him from being able to use his feet to extend those plays. Keep the running plays down on him. Don't allow him to run for 122 yards. And, that's going to be the biggest thing. Defense, do what you do and stop Lamar Jackson. Secondly, establish the run game. We need to get our run game going, because how do you do that? With our run game going and winning the time of possession, you keep Lamar Jackson off the field, just like we say when playing Patrick Mahomes. Get the run game going. Now, how do we keep the run game going? The O-line's got to keep Minshew upright. Keep Minshew upright. Get those deep balls. Let the passing game open up that run game, like you were just saying earlier. Get it going. And it's going to start with the O-line right there. Open up those holes. Keep Minshew up, whether he's scrambling or not. Give him a chance to, go deep. Give him a chance to hit those receivers. I know we want O'Connell, but Minshew's our guy, and the only way he's going to succeed is if he's not being swarmed, because it's been proven last week, just even the slightest amount of pressure on Minshew, and he starts to crumble.
Yeah, the way he looked back there with the offensive line, especially the letting the pass rushers up the middle collapse the pocket. He just looked. He looked flustered, of course, and the look on his face, he just looked like he wasn't confident being back there. So hopefully, the offensive line coach and the offensive coordinator Luke Getsy were able to make adjustments, maybe like different blocking schemes to help with that pressure up the middle. Of course, we showed earlier with Andre James having an elbow, and on the edges with Colton Miller, who's still trying to get his feet back. He was out for the majority of training camp with that shoulder. Now he has a knee injury. So we just got to make sure the offensive line can hold their own. Just give Minshew some time, because there were plays where the offensive line, right when the ball was snapped, the guys were getting pushed right into Minshew, and he looked like Lamar Jackson running around, but it was like he ran and then he ran right into a wall.
Jackson running around. He looked like a chicken with his head cut off running around.
Yeah, and then runs right into a wall of defenders or the back of his offensive lineman, and 4 sacks in the game that Minshew had got taken with, or got hit with. So.
But again, you got to give him a chance. He's got to take that chance. If the shit's not there, and you see a hole in that offensive, a hole to run through, run to get the positive yards. Stop fucking just scrambling and trying to win the game with your arm, and try to do it that way. Take the fucking yards and be that Lamar Jackson. And even if you run for 50 fucking yards, at least fucking take it. Because a couple of times we could have extended series. If he had done that, he had enough open field in front of him that he could have taken it, got the first down, moved the chains, and kept the ball going.
There we go. Raiders Unleashed. They went with him at QB. Need to live with the turnovers. We all know he turns the ball over. Just needs to have more good than bad plays. And they say that Minshew, when he's on, and when he's off, it's horrible. So we got to make sure that Jekyll Hyde of Minshew, where it's he's able to be that guard dog and make some plays for this offense. Because the way he played and the way the Chargers were still pounding that ball this last game, and they were able to keep pounding until the defense started getting worn out. If the defense has to keep taking care of Lamar Jackson running around, and then Derrick Henry, running up the middle, which he didn't have the greatest of game, because Lamar Jackson got all the stats on that one, the defense will get tired, and they'll like they did like what happened with the Chargers. They might allow some long runs because the offense is not keeping the defense fresh off the field, and
and that's what it comes down to. Keep Lamar off the field, which keeps the defense off the field, which keeps the defense fresh. And we know what this defense could do when they're not tired. That was, unfortunately, last week's score does not reflect how well the defense played because they got tired and started allowing runs, and they scored an extra touchdown that they shouldn't have scored, which, even if we drove down the fucking field and went for it on fourth down and got into the red zone, didn't get it on fourth down, you still kept the defense off the field long enough for them to, catch their breath and maybe not let some of those big plays happen.
We need guard dog every game, not surfer stoner dude half the time. I made a reference. I made a joke. I was all like, he's kind of like Matthew McConaughey over there in Dazed and Confused. all right. Dazed and Confused. All right.
Hey, you know what? Unfortunately, that right there is a panty dropper, though. You get the right tone and they just drop. So,
but the last time we had a panty dropper as a quarterback, what happened? Jimmy G. He dropped himself.
He dropped his own panties.
We need a Stabler. Wait, I'm gonna make sure. Let me solve it before I say something weird. We need a Stabler type player on the field and off the field type quarterback. Not a all right. We need a Stabler, okay? We need a Stabler out there who's gonna make plays and then make plays on the field and then make plays on the cheerleaders like Stabler did. Okay, come on. Minshew, get out of the shag van, and let's get going. All right, let's get going.
He needs to get an actual fucking house. Stop living in the damn van because it ain't working.
Just do the road trip, man. Spread the love.
Don't do the mushrooms in the van. You do the mushrooms in the house. That way you have space to work on shit, and then you do them you do them on a Monday. That way, Sunday you're ready. Don't worry about fucking.
Start calling him Minshroom. Minshroom mania.
If he keeps playing like this, we're gonna have to make some kind of graphic or whatever for it because that's about the way he played. He was stuck in the ground.
Call him Toadstool from Toadstool from Mario.
He had the van delivered. He still has the van, as far as I know, Anna. And that's
we need
true,
a dime. Boom, right there. Hold on, let me get that.
No, that's true right there. We need a dime dropper, not a panty dropper. I completely agree right there.
We need this. Not this. Hope that came out. Little ass boy be running like the chicken around. That's yeah, exactly. I saw him and said that earlier. Stop playing like little ass boy and go out there, okay? Minshroom. We're not talking mess. That is our quarterback, and we have faith. The Raider fans, whether it's blind faith or not, come on, Minshew. Just go out there and be that guy that we played against last year when we played against the Colts on the playoff. That was a playoff of the playoff game, basically. Be that guy.
That game determined whether we got into the playoffs or not. He did everything he could to beat us, and he beat us. Again,
and he was going against Max Crosby, okay? One of the scariest defensive ends.
Even the last game in Oakland.
Yeah.
He had another drive like that at the end of the game to turn around and beat us in the last game in Oakland. That's the Gardner Minshew that we need to be seeing, not what we saw last week.
Minshroom.
Well, hey, man. We don't need that smile, the Cheshire cat smile. No, we don't need none of that shit and you disappearing. We need you to be there and fucking do your job. And I have faith in him. I really do. Minshew, what I did want Minshew as my second choice out of free agent quarterbacks, and I want to see him succeed. I just don't want to see what we saw last week, where he looked like he did not have control of the system. He didn't have control of the offense. He went out there and looked like he was a backup quarterback that was just trying to hold, do what he can for the team until the starter came back. And we don't need to see that. You won the starting job. Show us why you won the starting job.
Yes, I'm going to put up something right now.
He only had to face Max 11 times. Okay, I give all the fact for those 11 times he did a decent job against Max, but let Max stay on that right side right there, and it would have been a different story. Actually, that would have been left side for Max, but put Max in his normal spot every play, and Alt would have fucking fell. I don't think he'd have done that well.
I want Uncle Rico, okay? I want Uncle Rico, the man who has a drive that what I could have been in a mansion. I could have had a supermodel on my arm.
I could throw over the mountain.
Throw over the mountain. Okay, well, we're going cross country. I need you to throw cross country. Okay, we need Uncle Rico out there. We need that man, because that man, if Uncle Rico go back in time and I burn his crotch on that little thing that he tried to use to go back in time, he will go out there in a regular uniform and light up that score. Because, like you said, Asylum, he can throw across the mountains. Throw that pork chop right at your receiver's chin, knock him off the bike, call that piece of steak, whatever it was. I want an Uncle Rico out there who has that drive, who has that desire, who wants that mansion, not that van, who wants that supermodel on my arm in a jacuzzi, in a mansion, man.
I want to go back. He wants a Maserati, not a van. Right now, he talks about camping and all this other shit, getting one with nature. Well, right now, nature ain't helping you. We need you to be in the city, because you live in the city now. Be in the city, do what you need to do. And then when the season's over, you go do that nature shit. Go be the hippie during the off season. During the regular season, I need you to be Uncle Rico.
I need you to be like Brandon Fraser as George of the Jungle, coming into the city, just causing havoc and making plays, swinging off of bridges. Okay, that's what I need you to do. I need you to be that guy into the gridiron jungle that is the NFL football field. Go out there, make some plays. We know you can do it. We saw it firsthand. We saw it against our defense. You went against one of the top defenses last year when you were with the Colts. We need you to do that same performance. Go out there again. Be that guy. Uncle Rico. Put that, like he said on one documentary, he had that little bottle. I think it was either Captain Morgan or something. Put that in your side pocket. Put that out there. Go out back. I don't need Gatorade. I got my Captain Morgan. Go out there.
Hold on. If fucking Mark Sanchez can eat a goddamn hot dog on the bench, he can take a shot out of his bottle. and Rick, to answer your question here, unfortunately, if you're talking about the Chiefs game in Kansas City, no, I won't be at that game because, unfortunately, Roger Goodell fucked me, and I will be in New York that week and will be missing the Chiefs game in Kansas City.
They put a ban on you because they don't want Asylum to show up like last game and trying to start havoc, making you.
Yeah, they don't want to put up with the shit. I'm sure that lady I was sitting next to complained because she paid a lot of money for her tickets, is all I seem to hear.
Even though she wanted a picture with you.
Yeah, she wanted a picture afterwards. But, I pissed her off. I had my own private security after the Jack Jones interception because, I was 5 rows from the fucking field. And when I went up there to try to, celebrate that interception and touchdown, they turned around and gave me my own security. So, I think I'm kind of singled out over at that stadium. And I think Roger, they turned around and got with Roger Goodell and turned around and said, can we, we know he has this plan to go to New York. Can we make the game during that week? And they put it on Friday. So, no, I won't be there, unfortunately.
What the NFL did was they made sure all Chiefs games corresponded with Taylor Swift concert so she can be there, and they made sure that Asylum wasn't going to be in the area of Kansas, and near the Kansas City area, so he don't attend another game. But it's okay because you know who else will be attending another Chiefs game is their wolf because he's in jail. Oh, I forgot his name, but he just got convicted and he has to pay a lot of money for what he stole. The bank robber, the chiefaholic, a super fan. So, but, huh?
How the fuck you go robbing a bank in the fucking year that you go to games in? I mean, just put a ski mask on and it's completely different. But you're gonna wear the same shit you go to a Chiefs game in every goddamn week?
That is so dye your jacket pink. Well, the Chiefs fan.
Hold on. I would have to make a whole new jacket with pink. Too bad it wasn't during breast cancer awareness month because I do have a cage that is silver and pink for breast cancer awareness. And that pink straight jacket would go well with it if they would allow me to wear the fucking straight jacket in.
Yeah, and with the way the NFL, it's not breast cancer awareness month. They do all cancers.
It's all cancers now, but some teams do focus on a certain cancer.
Yeah,
you know,
you'll still see the pink cleats or the pink towels or the pink gloves. You'll still see it out there to show awareness.
And Rick, I'm in a drawing right now. I won myself a ticket. Cost me $12 on Captain Jack's show to actually have a chance. There's 3 different tickets. I'm not sure what games there are 2 yet, but to go to a game in Las Vegas, and if I win those tickets, I'm going to go.
And I don't want to say which game I'm going to because people might be listening, so I'll wait when it's time to reveal which game I'll be going to, but I will be going to one of them. We will see. But I want to go back to this right here. Another Raiders podcast put this could be a bigger upset than the Raiders beating the Queefs. Let's make sure I said their name right. The Queefs. Yeah. The Kansas Swifty Queefs on Christmas. Asylum, like you mentioned, you was at that Christmas game last year in their home field. Do you think, being that it's in the beginning of the season, going into week 2, could this be at least either to the mark or higher, a bigger upset if the Raiders beat the Ravens on the East Coast?
I think it'd be an upset, but being week 2, I know the Ravens are who they are. I'm not taking anything away from it, but it's still early on in the seasons. When we beat them on Christmas, we already got established. We were already dealing with all kinds of other bullshit going on with, we fired McDaniels. We were dealing with all kinds of shit. And everyone expected us to go into Kansas City and lose hands down with the whole situation. I think the Christmas game is still the bigger game, even if we beat Baltimore, but they're close. It's like this, it's 1A and then 1B. I think it'd be a big upset, because of how the Ravens are set up. They're set up to go. They lost a close game. They should be pissed off. But at the same time, the Ravens could overlook us. The Chiefs never could overlook us. And I don't think the Chiefs overlooked us during that Christmas game. They just didn't expect us to come out and play as hard as we did.
As physical.
So
with AP.
Yeah.
I would say upset wise. I wouldn't say upset wise, but I'll say more of it would turn their attention to the Raiders, and it would be a good boost of confidence for this Raider team to build off of, that they can be a perennial playoff contender in a team like the Ravens, especially on the East Coast, where the Raiders have not fared well, going over there with the 3-hour early time change. So I wouldn't say it would be a big upset. I mean, it would be a big upset, but I wouldn't say it would be an ups. I mean, a bigger upset than the Chiefs, but it will give this team a boost of confidence that they can beat the teams.
And it's going to come down to we lost the game we should have won. There's going to be a game out there that we should lose that we're going to end up winning. And here, if we could do it now, it puts us on track to where everyone thought we were going to be, which is 1-1 after week 2. A couple of people, you being one of them, had us going 2-0 at this time. You had a schedule to beat the Ravens and upset them.
Yeah.
Now that, we lost that first game. We lost the game we should have won. We come out this with the win. We're exactly where we should have been going into week 3 and going. And even if we lose, it's still not the end of the world. The sky still is not falling. We just went 0-2. We go in and face Carolina, get that win, knock that shit, out the way, and then start going from there, for game. We're not in a bad spot regardless of how this goes. But to win it is an upset, which I agree with you, will give you confidence as a team, as a coach, as a quarterback with Minshew, as a defense, to be able to stop somebody like Lamar Jackson, Henry, and that offense and come out with the win. That is definitely a confidence boost, which should put the rest of the NFL on notice about you better watch out for the Raiders, because when we get our shit rolling, we are going to be a dangerous team.
How about this question regarding the same subject? If the Raiders get this upset against the Ravens, does it pull back on the criticism on this coaching staff and, more so the offensive coordinator and with the quarterback? I mean, I know it all depends on the box score and how they looked and everything. If it's like a defensive battle where, let's say like the Raiders took care of business on defense against the Chiefs last year, which was an AP decision because he knew the ball control with the run game and then the way the defense was playing, that as long as we can keep Mahomes on the sideline with the running game, we can win this game, which eventually we did. But with the win against the Ravens, does it take some criticism and some all that panicking that's been going on? If we take care of business out there in Baltimore with the fan base?
It depends on how the game went. I mean, really, it goes. If it's a close game and we squeak it out, no, it's not going to, alleviate a lot of that shit. People will still say this, that, the other. If we go out there and dominate, it could be a different story. But I think it does, to answer the question, I think it does help start alleviating, especially about the whole Luke Getsy part.
Yeah.
A lot of people were calling out Luke Getsy after this week 1. And again, on Wednesday, I said I think it was more execution than it was play calling. And so this will help with the play calling aspects if you can pull out the win. It's going to show. It'll help Gardner Minshew. It'll help Luke Getsy, and it will help AP. Now, if you go out there in a dominant fashion and be able to see and do all this shit, then yeah, I think it could start taking away some of the criticism. But I think Raider Nation, no matter what, there's going to be criticism no matter what. And I'm going to disagree with you, Unleashed, here. You're only 0-2. You got what would that be? 15 more games to get your shit together. You go 0-2 and go on a win streak and win the next 6 games. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's say we could even beat Kansas City there, right? And beat the Bengals there going into the bye. You win the next 6 fucking games. How are you behind? Going 0-2 does not put us behind the 8 ball yet. Going 0-4, that's going to put us behind the 8 ball. Going 0-3 and losing to a team like Carolina, that might put us behind an 8 ball. But going 0-2, I don't think that puts us behind the 8 ball as long as we're working, learning, and getting better. If we keep up the same bullshit, then yes, it definitely puts us behind the 8 ball. And we have a lot more work to do.
Yeah, the Chiefs this week, they play the Bengals at home. And then they play the Chargers right after that. And then with the Chargers this week, they have the Panthers. Oh, that's what he was talking about, the easy game with the Chargers against the Panthers. They go to Carolina to play the Panthers, and then of course, like I said, they play each other, the Chiefs and the Chargers, in LA the following week. So I mean,
who's to say Carolina don't fucking upset the Chargers?
That can happen.
I mean, are you going to tell me the Chargers played that well that you think they're going to dominate like Derek Carr and New Orleans Saints did? I don't think so.
Well, we're only going into week 2, so there is a lot to unfold, but we're getting towards the end of our show, and like we do on every episode, leading into the next game, the next opponent, we do a segment. Say it again.
Every Friday episode,
to talk about the next opponent. We do a little segment called Know Your History. So Assam, do you have that? You have that ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so we do a little segment called Know Your History, and it's a clip that's based on the opponent that we're going to play or some kind of significance to the, whatever week, whatever. So this game, or this one is based, of course, I mentioned it earlier, is based on the last game between the Raiders and the Ravens. That crazy overtime game, Monday Night Football, September 13th, which is, wow, that was 2 years exactly. Because today is Friday the 13th. Hey! So, actually, no, 3 years exactly. 3 years exactly. So it fits, yay. So, here is a segment, Know Your History, as we show, as we go into that game, September 13th, 2021, first game in Legion Stadium with fans post-COVID. Here we go. Asylum, take it away. Or go ahead.
And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history.
Another season is about to begin for your Raiders.
Led by head coach John Gruden. Please welcome to the field your Las Vegas Raiders.
Hey, that's legendary. We got it when they brought Bruce Buffer. That's legendary.
Third down and 13.
Crosby coming around again, and he got just enough.
That was bad, Max Crosby. Oh, my. What a defensive series for 98. Carr steps up in the pocket, fires wobbly, and a diving interception by the Ravens. That one broke down completely.
4th and 1. Gives the ball to Williams right through the middle. Forget about the first down. How about a touchdown? 35 yards for Tyson Williams.
Offensive line gives him time. Now he's in trouble. Busts out to the right to the 15. Keeps it, fires in zone, and caught for a touchdown by Brown. 14-0 with 8:52 remaining in the first half.
Come on, we heal. Play football. Play football.
They're going to throw on 3rd and 1. Fire middle. Got him. First down. Inside the 20. And that was Waller running free that time. Here comes Jacob down the middle. Goes to the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. Jackpot, baby. Raiders are back in it. 14-7 now with 4:14 to go. 4th down and 1 for the Ravens. Off to the running back. No, they didn't get it. Raiders
just zeros on the clock. 10 unanswered points by the Raiders. 3rd and 7. Final minute, third quarter.
Here is Jackson. Sack. Buried. Mad Max Crosby. To the left, gets the handoff. Comes the right hit and thrown for it. Ngakwe's best play of the game. So the former Raven comes through with his best play.
I like the way we flying though. I see a lot of black jerseys getting to the ball.
2nd down and 6. Jackson keeps it, and he's short of the first down. Ball comes out. Ball comes out. Raiders say they've got it. They do. Here's Jacobs. Hole on the right side. Cuts to the 10. 5. Jackpot, baby. Vegas touchdown. Yeah.
It's Murray. Murray just signed on Friday into the end zone for a touchdown.
4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Takes a snap. Fires on a cross. Spin. Jackpot, baby. Vegas touchdown. Card and Darren Waller. The city of Las Vegas loves the National Football League. What a night they're having here with fans in Allegiant for the first time. Monday Night Football here. And they are ready for some more football. It has been a dandy. This will be a 47-yarder. 47-yarder for Justin Tucker. Got it. Dead on, Mr. Automatic. 27-24, and the Raiders have 37 seconds.
37 seconds and no timeouts.
Steps up, fires middle, got it, they gotta hurry, the clock is moving. There's Carr, backing up, steps up, gonna fire to the right side, grabs it, they gotta hurry, ball's at the 36-yard line, they gotta hurry, they gotta give Carlson a chance. Here comes Daniel Carlson to see if he can send this game to overtime. Good snap, good hold, kick on its way, yes, baby, we're tied!
4 quarters are not enough to decide it. 27-27 going to overtime.
Well, here we go. Taps it now. Carr's back up. Goes way back. Has to check it down. And out of bounds. Renfro down the sideline. Still going. Across the 40-yard line. I thought for sure he was out of bounds.
3rd and 4. Let's see if it's 3rd and Renfro. Throwing that way, and it is Edwards. Touchdown. Got it. What a great play. And that's the ball game.
Edwards is down, and it's going to depend on where they spot it.
After review, the runner was short of the goal line with the ball at the 1-yard line.
3rd down from outside the 5. Stands in the pocket, fires, deflected high, intercepted. Intercepted by the Ravens in the end zone. And so now the Ravens will take over on their own 20-yard line, giving Lamar Jackson a chance here with 6:13 remaining in overtime.
3rd and 7. Jackson trying to get out, can't do it. He's taken down, and it's out.
Raiders say they've got it. Raiders say they've recovered it. Oh, Nassib was in there. He sacked him. Carl Nassib with the sack.
The Ravens are going to blitz.
Down and 14.
The Ravens are going to
They
blitz.
send Derek Carr back in. Here they come. Blitz is picked up. Jones is open. Jackpot, baby. Vegas touchdown. This time, no doubt. Put it in the W column, baby. This one's over. And a baby. Fans are invited, and the Raiders treat them to an instant classic.
Do you remember that game? I was at that game.
Hey, there's a few players on that team I wish we still had on our team.
Yeah, there was quite a few. You had guys like Renfro. That was one. Ngakwe. I don't know why they got rid of Ngakwe. They traded in for Rock Yassin, who didn't really do much but stay on the injury report. And you also had what is his name again?
Carr.
Yeah, he was a quarterback. I don't know. I forgot it. I don't know.
He kind of reminds me of a car. He's got a car name, and I can't remember what the fuck it was. Like Audi or BMW.
Honda. I don't know. But in this game, though, like I said, as of today, 3 years ago exactly, on Monday Night Football, Raiders went 491 total yards to 406, of course, because it went into overtime. Going that back and forth, that one pass in overtime that bounced off of Snead's helmet. I remember that too. I was at that game, and I remember seeing after the highlights, and I'm all like, wasn't he a former Raven before he came to the Raiders too? I believe he played for the Ravens also. I want to say he did. Snead,
Maybe.
the receiver. I want to say he did. It bounced off his helmet in the air, and then the Ravens ended up catching that for an interception. The Raiders got the ball back, and then Derek Carr with that jump pass to Zay Jones.
But look at that game. It showed exactly what we talked about on how to beat Lamar Jackson.
If you can come in,
turnovers, conversion. That's what we do, and we got a better defense now than we did back then. Back then, It was just Crosby and Ngakwe on that defensive line, and they were able to do a lot by themselves. Then you start, we got a Spillane now. I mean, you can go down the list. We got players that could help be able to do this. We just got to be able to watch that tape, figure out what we did there, and bring it back. And we can win this game.
So let's do real quickly. I'm gonna ask you 3 questions.
I refuse.
One. Who was your X factor in this game for the Raiders to win? For Raiders to win. 2.
In this game now, the current game,
and this going into this Ravens game. Who was your X factor?
Who is my X factor?
I'm gonna say, okay, here's the 3 questions. Who was your X factor going into this game that you think will be the X factor going into this game? Who was the one guy that we should, outside of Lamar Jackson, that we should look out for? Meaning that we should make sure that we take care of on the Ravens, that we make sure that we stop. And 3, what is your score prediction?
I don't like your last fucking question, so fuck you on that one. As far as what was the first question? My X factor?
Who was your X factor going into this game for the Raiders to win? For a victory for the Raiders?
Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew
is going to be the X factor. If he can get to the point and be able to play half as well as Carr did in that game, we have a chance to win the game. Move the ball, score the points. Gardner Minshew is going to be my X factor. He's going to have if we win this game, he's going to have a hell of a game. Whether it's him running, him throwing the ball, whatever it is, it's going to be Gardner Minshew on the offense as my X factor for this game.
I'm going to go out there and say Divine Diablo, because someone's going to have to be the main guy to, because it could be Spillane, but I believe Spillane needs to be more used for like stopping Derrick Henry. Being that guy up the middle to stop the running up the middle with Derrick Henry. But I say Divine Diablo being the spy, unless they have unless they do 3 linebackers out there, then I would say maybe a Gainer goes out there and sees some time and be that spy. That was said in the comments earlier that Gainer, put Gainer in over Diablo. But I say Diablo could be the X factor, at least keeping Lamar Jackson contained, being that spy. Second question, who was the one guy on the Ravens that we need to look out for, that we need to make sure that we stop him? So the Ravens, outside of Lamar Jackson, So the Ravens don't have a victory over the Raiders.
Okay, I'm going to go with fuck. It's hard to go with one. I think I'm going to go with, how about this? Instead of saying one, because I know everyone's going to say, yeah, Flowers, this, that. No, I'm going to go with the position group instead. The tight end. You got to watch out for, they got Andrews, who is still, I know likely outplayed him last week, but Andrews you still got to watch out for. Then they got a point, a point 2.0 with likely. We got to watch, the ones we got to watch out for are the tight ends. I know we got the 2 tight ends. Everyone's talking about that, but don't forget about Baltimore's. They got 2 tight ends. They can play 12 personnel, and you got to watch out for Andrews and likely.
Andrews and likely.
I'll go with position instead of player.
I was gonna say likely, but you say it again.
I said Raider rule number 1 is
Cheating is encouraged.
Raider rule number 2 is
refer to rule number 1.
No,
I was gonna say
instead of player.
I'm going to say
Mark Henry in that as well. I could have gone with 3 players, but I think position-wise was just the way to go.
I'm gonna say Nike shoes. We got to look out for Nike shoes. I'm just joking. I'll say the one I was gonna say likely, but outside of Lamar Jackson, and he took likely, so now I got to think of somebody. I would say we got to make sure. I was gonna say likely, so I had the same thing. I got nobody else. I had the same thing.
Nobody on defense we got to watch out for. Nobody on special teams.
I mean, when I was watching the highlights of the Chiefs game, the Chiefs and Ravens game, the defense they had some play. They stopped some plays, and they said they got the 4 sacks, but they also gave up some big plays. And even though where I had this graphic where you have the safety Marcus Williams, so I mean you can't really not necessarily stop them, but if you can. It's I had likely. Okay, that's why
I was trying to help you somebody. Okay, likely. Okay, you say likely.
So we both agree on the tight ends, but I'll say specifically likely being that emerging tight end. He did get a lot of play time going towards in the
Chiefs
in crunch time. In crunch time, when they were trying to go down the field, and he would have had that touchdown if it wasn't for that.
You let the whole team down. Oh,
all right. Asylum. So, last one.
What was the last question?
What is your final score prediction?
Fuck.
I have an interesting one. So, for what I want to say. So,
okay. See, this is where I'm torn. Okay. Do I think we can win this game? Yes. I think we can. Do I, when we went through the prediction, the schedule prediction, I had us losing this game. So, I mean, I can give you 2 scores. If we win it, it's going to be 24-17.
24-17 Raiders.
If we win.
The over-under is 41.5.
If we lose, it's going to be 27-21.
So, we cover spread. Well, it's them. So, they got to cover spread. So, okay. Here's mine. This is my interesting take on this game. I know that's
cheating, but I'm kind of torn. I think we can win the game. If things, fall in our lap right. So, I gave those 2 scores. I'm going to give the 2 scores only because this is one of those games that you can't rule us out. I can't rule us out losing 100% because we're coming in angry. They're coming in angry. So, this game really could go either way.
That's what AP said today on his press conference, or that's what they were talking about, that the defense, once they got back on the practice field coming back from LA, that they were practicing angry. They were mad. They're pissed off at themselves for giving a game away like they did against the Chargers, a very winnable game against the Chargers. So they're coming pissed off. They're coming mad, and hopefully they go out there and they show, because that's what AP said, you got to show it on the field, play with some purpose. I say it's going to be a low-scoring game. And it's going to be a battle between the 2 kickers, Justin Tuck
Tucker.
Justin Tucker, not the defensive end, Justin Tucker, because he's retired. Justin Tucker, the kicker for the Ravens, and Carlson, our kicker, who has to redeem it. Not gonna say he has to redeem himself, but I know that he is upset for missing that one field goal he missed against the Chargers this past week. So he's going to be focused.
Like a 30 or 40-yard field goal, wasn't it? I mean, it wasn't
that was a chip shot for him. He has that long streak of 50 plus, I believe, of of not missing the 50 plus yard field goals. So I know he's going to be focused. I'm going to say it's going to be a defensive battle. The Raiders will be able to contain Lamar Jackson, and hopefully the Raiders offense can make some plays. But I'll say it'll be a defensive battle. It's going to be a battle of two kickers. And I would say the score will probably be, there'll be one touchdown scored, and I'm gonna say that'll be I'm gonna say Bowers will get a touchdown. I would say Bowers will get a touchdown. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 13. I can't say the Ravens won't score a touchdown, so I would say it'd be a battle of the kickers mainly. It's going to be a 13-10 game. I'm gonna say 13-10 game. The Raiders with no, that doesn't now 16-10, 16-10, 16-13. Final score, final answer, 16-13. Okay, 16-13. Okay, 16-13. Carlson wins the game with a foot, with a toe. So I say Carlson wins the game.
2 games in a row by a toe.
By a toe, your own toe, and the Raiders. So basically, what we're saying, Ravens, get ready for the agony of defeat. Woo! All right, Asylum. That is. All right, then, everybody. That is your Friday edition of the Cage Match, talking about the Raiders going to the East Coast against the Ravens. We want to thank everybody for watching the show. We had a good turnout. I know it's Friday night, turn-up time, but we appreciate those who are in the chat line. Shouts out to Space Beast. Oh, and Raider Rock. Oh, hold on, wait, go back. Raider Rock, another toe loss. Shouts out to Raider Rock. I met him a long time ago. Good dude. I met him a couple years ago. Good dude. I don't know how you do it. I just want to say, I don't know how you do it in that Vegas heat and in that Arizona heat, because I believe he's from Arizona. I don't know how you do it, man, with that rock suit on. But that man, you want to talk about Die Hard. That man, rock solid. Raider fan. Shouts out to Raider Rock. Shouts out to Rick. Missed you, Rick. Come from Hawaii. From my family's homeland, Hawaii. Of course, happy birthday, Anna. Always be on every show. Raider Unleashed. Shouts out to Raider Unleashed. Hopefully that you are subscribed to our show and that you liked our content. Raiders Unleashed. You want to see, we like your contributions. Raider Unleash, we appreciate you being in the chats. And of course, Raider Twan was up in here earlier. And another Raider podcast. We appreciate you for coming on and joining our podcast from another Raider podcast. And also to those weird messages that were on our comments. I know you blocked them off because there were some weird, I don't know. But thank you, Raider Rock. Raider Rock,
completely.
Raider Rock. As hopefully you subscribe. Go to the channel. Go to the channel.
Go to YouTube, Cage Match Show.
Raider Rock. Subscribe.
Thumbs up, and go ahead and hit that bell so you know every time we drop a show.
Yes, and if you want a Cage Match 2024 schedule magnet, go to the email and give us your address so we can send you a free magnet, okay? But make sure you subscribe too, okay? That's the only thing we want from you is a subscription to our channel. I don't care if it's buying you guys with gifts. I don't care. It's like when you're trying to get a woman, you gotta shower her with gifts. And then hopefully you chop her in a Cage Match. Oh yeah, no, I'm joking.
You get a little lucky and you woo her. It's called wooing.
Yes. You gotta woo governor her. Be that dog.
Governor. Right.
You. So make sure if you want a cage match, do you have it on you? Because I don't have it on me. They're all in the other room. But if you want a cage match schedule magnet, whatever, we'll ship it to you. We'll ship it to you. Doesn't matter where you're at. We'll ship it to you. Put that in the refrigerator, old school style, like the Coliseum when they pass out. And I'm about to put your package together today and have that sent out. I could probably do it tomorrow because the post office is still open on Saturday. So I will make sure I take care of that tomorrow. Get Anna's stuff out there because Anna has been, like I said, like we say, a staple on this show also in the comments. We appreciate you, Anna. Right there is the magnet. Show the back. See, it's a magnet. Well,
there you go.
Yeah, it's a magnet. So if you want a magnet, go on to the cage match. Yes, sir, it's a magnet. Go on to the cage match. Email thecagematchshow@gmail.com. Send us your address, and we will send you a magnet. And maybe we might throw in some other stuff. So you never know. Just make sure you're subscribed.
I get lucky.
Yeah, feeling, we're a little show, but we are in a given mood because we want to spread that Raider cheer, that Raider love around. So with that said, we appreciate everybody who was on the show. And for those who I missed, I apologize. Make sure also, because I got to get the shout outs to our friends. Make sure you go to Raider Twan, the YouTube channel. Did I spell that right? Yes, I did. I'm sorry, YouTube. How do you spell YouTube? I don't know. Capital T. YouTube channel, Raider Twan. Make sure you go there and subscribe. Make sure you go to, I didn't see him in the comments, but I know he'll watch later. Go to Chalk Talker Coach D on YouTube. He will be out there. His shows come on during the game. So him and his father do commentary on the game. And of course, shout out to Raider Homer. Go to Section 105 Media Network on YouTube. Go there, subscribe. They got the Sideline to Sideline show that they'll be putting out there, and they will be going live soon. They were going live after the games. So will they give their perspective on the game? And speaking of perspective, Miss Peggy should be coming on next week to talk about the Raven game. She's supposed to be going out there, so shout out to Miss Peggy. We can't wait to hear your perspective this coming Wednesday. Thank you, everybody, for watching the show. Happy Friday 13th. Make sure that you don't let any black cats walk across from you. Make sure that you don't go and break any mirrors, and make sure that you don't walk under any ladders.
I'm over 3.
0 for 3. Stevie Wonder's superstition. So, take care, everybody. Appreciate you for watching the show. And let's go, Raiders. 16-13. I'm calling it on the toe of Daniel Carlson. On the toe. Where's my toe picture? On the toe. The Ravens will suffer the agony of the feet. All right, thank you, everybody. And we're going to end every show like we always do with the message from Raider Mill. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Raider Nation. Have a great weekend. Let's have a great game on Sunday. Let's show up, show out, do what we got to do on the DC East Coast. Let's go. Take it away, Asylum. Let's go. Thank you very much.
All you other NFL teams, your tailgates are weak. Your teams are weak. We might be down right now, but it doesn't take away the history. And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history of who the fuck you playing for and where the fuck you're playing. Damn it. Oh, and by the way, I won my last cage fight. Again, I'm still undefeated. And you NFL motherfuckers out there that you think you want some, come on and get some anytime.